It's pretty obvious when you're being insulted.
You know, I can't say that she's dumb, but I think she is.
It's forced me to be more patient. It gives me ideas on how I can discipline you when you misbehave.
No.
Welcome in to another episode of Foreigner Loves
Filipina!
Yeah, you know, I'm never quite sure how to take your dad, because some of it I don't know is cultural differences. Some of it might be just his personality. And, you know, that is one of the things about dating someone or being married to someone from a different culture. In some ways, it makes you more patient because you don't immediately judge everything because you realize that the way you're viewing it might not be right. It could be totally wrong. It could just be totally a cultural difference. But like when I said my goodbyes, when I went up to their house and said my goodbyes, you know, her dad was sitting on the couch, and you know, when I came into the room, or when we came to the room, you know, he didn't get up and greet me or shake my hand or anything. He just stayed on the couch. And then we kind of said our goodbyes to everybody. And he stayed on the couch, you know, didn't get up and shake my hand and say goodbye.
I don't think Dad understand that part there because we didn't really tell that, oh, Daryl is leaving. I just asked my dad if we can take the kids out for dinner.
Oh.
I think that's what he thinks.
Yeah.
So that's why he didn't get up. Maybe if you tell me that, you know, maybe I should have told my dad.
Well, I don't,
Daryl
you know,
is
I don't,
leaving.
like I said, I try not to judge it too much. I'm like, it could just purely be a cultural thing. You know, in America, if you're saying goodbye to somebody, particularly it's a goodbye, like they're gonna be gone for a long time, you know, you would get up and say goodbye, and at least stand up, shake their hand, or, you know, something. But he just sat there, laid back, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, I don't think he understand the part that you're leaving.
Yeah.
And it's my fault because I didn't tell them.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't make a big deal of it. I mean, I obviously noticed it, but I, like I said, I try not to make too big a deal of things that, like, if an American did that, like if you were American and your American dad acted like that when we were getting ready to leave their house, that would be very insulting. That they wouldn't even put the effort to stand up and say goodbye. But you know, in this case, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to make a bigger deal out of it than it is.
You see, Daryl really like a big change to himself. Like he's so patient and he's, I don't know. I just can't even explain.
Well, I was actually sharing with her, I think it was last night.
Last night.
I think when we were talking over, when we were at Philly's having dinner, that we were talking about, and we're going to do a whole video on this, so we won't get into this too much, but we were talking about the cultural difference that we've struggled with the most, which is sending money back home. And it's something that we've really had to work on. But I was telling her last night when we were discussing that whole situation, I said, you know, I think that being married to a foreigner, yeah, I know you call us foreigners, but you know, obviously you're a foreigner to me. You know, being married to someone from another country, another culture, in some ways has made me a better person in that it's forced me to be more patient. It's forced me to be more understanding because things aren't always the way I think they are. You know, when you're dealing with someone from your own culture, it's pretty obvious when you're being insulted, when you're not being insulted, because you're from the same culture. When you're dealing with someone from a different culture, you always have to sit back and go, this may not be what I think it is. Because in the 6 years that we've been together, there's been so many times that I thought something was one thing, and I find out later it was completely different. I was completely wrong. The way I interpreted it was completely wrong because I was interpreting it through Western eyes. And so it has made me more patient because I have to be. If I want to have a successful relationship, I can't judge everything the way I would as an American. So that kind of naturally makes you a little more patient because you're like, okay, let me sit back and not overreact to this. Because, you know, that's what I was telling her yesterday, is that And some of it's probably just getting older and wiser, but certainly when I was younger, I was much more, all right, this is the way it is. This is the right way, and there's a right way and a wrong way, and it's clear what's right and what's wrong. And when just getting older, you realize it's not always that clear. But definitely when you're married to someone from a different culture, it's not always as clear what black and white, because our interpretations of things are very, very different. So, well, I remember when Melanie and I were still just dating. We might have been engaged, but it was certainly before she came to America. She would get sad sometimes about her dad in particular, but I think a little bit both mom and dad, is because they never really communicated verbally with Melanie. But like they don't say I love you. They're not real encouraging with their words, and Melanie definitely, love language is verbal affirmation. So that was always hard on her. But I really tried to encourage you with your dad, because back then I was like, I'm sure your dad loves you, and I'm sure your mom loves you. It's just they're probably not verbal about it. They show it in other ways. They show it in providing for you and providing acts of service to you, and they show it. And I think you've come around to that, because you used to be really sad about that, but I think you started to realize, mom and dad they're not the.
Yeah, you told me that you're the one who kind of.
And you feel that was true, or that?
Understand it to me. But you know what, baby? When we left, my sister Mercy, the other day, I said the other day, or just a couple of days ago. It's my first time I see my mom kiss us.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
really?
I know. She kissed my sister Mercy on the cheek. That's why Sister Mercy said, Melanie, did mom kiss you? Because she didn't expect that. I mean, we hugged, we hugged something, but not really like kiss like smile. She kissed Sister Mercy, she kissed the baby. I don't think Gerald, she did. She kissed to me because, I just hug her, and then I was supposed to do like that, but then I can feel that her lips is on my cheek now. I was like, But I just blessed my dad.
What else did you tell them about your life in America?
About my work, they're asking the kids, and I said the kids there is different from here. Like I told them, on the first day of my work, I was crying, and they asked me, why are you crying? Because there is this one kid telling me inappropriate words, like harsh words to me. So I ended up crying, and they were like, really? Like how tall they are? I was like, I think it's like a grade 6 kids here in Philippines, kindergarten like height. Darcy? Darcy is like kindergarten in America.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like
And Darcy's what, 3rd grade?
No, she's in 5th grade.
5th grade.
Yeah.
So a 5th grade in the Philippines is about the same size as the kindergarten.
Yeah, that's what I was like. And then my mom and my dad and Nina like shout like, oh really? And how about like their behavior? And I said, oh my goodness, you can't deal with their. I mean, if you're really like strict person, like you are a structured person that you need to do this, you don't need to do like that, then kids will follow you. But if you're just very kind, they will take advantage of you. They don't listen to you. So there you need to be strict. Because here, if you're a teacher, but you know what, nowadays, like a lot of kids here also is the same as American kids now.
Yeah,
Because before, like in my generation, when I was 1st grade, if I did something wrong, the teacher can still discipline you.
Right.
But now they can't anymore, because if you discipline them, the parents will get upset, and then it will just make a chaos.
It is amazing how the Philippines is becoming just like the Western world, just slower than the Western world, because when I was growing up, we still had discipline in the schools. You could get a spanking.
I did spanking. I did spank with when I have this. If you have a long nails, and you don't have, it's not very short, the teacher will gonna spank it with the stick, like hit it with the stick. And then if you have a question, or like if the teacher asks you a question and you can speak, the teacher will get this spicy thing, the chili, and they will put it in your lips, and like at the end of the day you feel like your lips is like that potted. Yeah.
So they would put chili in your lips because you were talking, or because you weren't talking?
Because you're not listening.
Oh.
And she's asking you question.
And you're not
And
responding?
you're not responding to her. You're not speaking to her. So it means you're not listening to her. Yeah. And then if you keep on like walking, the teacher will get this eraser and then throw it at you. I remember I have a lot of classmates. My teacher in first grade or in second grade when I was elementary did that a lot. And then, in male, like in boys, they have like a proper haircut. And then if you have a long hair, it's not a haircut it's not a proper haircut. And the teacher will get a scissor
It's that cut it? Wow.
and cut it for you. And then so you end up like getting a nice haircut when you get home, because you already have this thing right here that was cut, this side cut. Yeah, so, but now you can do that anymore. So I remember I've been
Well,
disciplined
there's
a
no
lot.
doubt that young kids need discipline and structure, and unfortunately, all societies are moving further and further away from obviously you don't want abusive kids, but there needs to be some structure, or else they'll run all over top of you. And unfortunately, America's gotten really terrible. I mean, it's all discipline's been taken out of the schools.
That's the kids in America. You can discipline them because the parents are gonna sew you or something like that.
They're gonna sew you. Sue you? Well, I mean, they can sew you too. That sewing might be worse than getting sued.
But yeah, I remember in my generation elementary it was hard. I have a lot of classmates that well, you need to really study hard. And then if you forget to answer the assignment, then they're gonna let you do the squat. For like squat, like
What is
doing
that?
like that. We did that. Like that, and then you do like that.
Oh, you gotta go like that?
With the things like that here. You go like that, the heels
You
up
put the heels up, and,
Yeah, you do.
and you gotta just
for
do
like
that.
a 30 minutes or like
You
it
can't do
depends.
that for 30 minutes.
And then, or maybe
So
like.
you would have to do that if what would happen? Why would they do that to you?
So, the teacher gave us homework, and then the next morning we're gonna pass the homework to the teacher, and then if you don't have an assignment or an homework, then that's your prize.
Wow.
And then if you have like a lot of, I don't know, sometimes they put books over your arm, makes it more
Heavier.
And then I experienced it. I was like shaking already, like I was like shaking like that baby, because it's really hard.
What grade were you in?
I think I was like in first grade, second grade, third grade, until I get to fifth grade. I got all that discipline going on.
Well, that gives me ideas on how I can discipline you when you misbehave.
No, I'm always good at school. I just only have like maybe 2 times or 3 times, unlike my other classmates that they're really
Whenever you start to
No.
misbehave, I'm going to bring a pile of books in and I'm going to sit them on the table. This is a warning.
I'm not a kid anymore. But yeah, I don't know, it's a lot. Oh, I remember also one of she's not my classmate, but in where I grew up, in where I went to in elementary. So first grade and second grade, it's a combined classroom, so we called it multi-grade classroom. So I was in second grade, I think, or third grade. But this lower grade, she's my friend, and I can't say that she's dumb, but I think she is. I think she is, because every time like the teacher asks her a question, she just don't know, even like especially in math. So, the teacher, okay, go, come up here in the board and then write the answer. So she read the wrong answer, and so the teacher got mad, and then the teacher hold the girl's hair and then bump it on the board, the white
Bump their
board.
head on the
Yeah,
board?
like that. So this is the board, and then the teacher hold the hair and they do like that 3 times.
Like hard or?
Not really hard.
But-
It's just like a light, And sometimes they do we call it Bon Jovi, they do like that.
Do what? What is that? You like tweak the
Hair.
ear?
Yeah, tweak the hair. I'm gonna do it too. But there's a sound in it.
Okay.
My brother Michael know that they're gonna twist it and then they're
Oh,
gonna do
oh.
like that, and it's really hard because there's a sound
It pops in your ear, yeah.
Yeah.